What's up, everybody? It is Amrinder Singh. If you're a beginner or even learning Punjabi for a little while but still struggle to understand Punjabi people, it is because you are too much focusing on the formal Punjabi or learning formal Punjabi, not the colloquial Punjabi or the street talk Punjabi, the way Punjabi people talk. So follow this podcast to learn casual Punjabi or street talk Punjabi, which will help you to understand Punjabi people. Now let's get started. So today we're going to learn some tree names in Punjabi. Basically, these trees are traditional trees of Punjab. Mostly you will find these trees in Punjab, probably in North India, and it's hard to find, I think, these kind of trees in North America, UK, and some other countries because these are the traditional trees. Maybe some trees you can find in other areas, and probably, but these trees are not that common in other areas. All right, and I also talked about the word drakht. All right, drakht basically means tree. All right, so in Punjabi we have three names for tree: drakht, rukh, and paudhe. All right, paudhe, I'm using it plural. Singular is going to be paudha. In paudhe, it's include both trees and plant. All right, and mostly these word rukh and paudhe is being used in the books. In talking, mostly people use drakht. All right, which means tree. Now, why I'm gonna teach you basically separately the traditional tree names, because sometimes people just mention a specific name. They're not gonna mention drakht. All right, if they're not gonna mention drakht, how the hell are you gonna know they're talking about trees? All right, if somebody says "Uthe bahut vaddi Tahli si," and how the hell you're gonna know what the fuck is Tahli? You're not gonna know it if you don't know the name of the Tahli. All right, Tahli is basically a tree. All right, this is a traditional tree, very popular tree, and sometimes these tree name is being mentioned in songs a lot of times. All right, this is the traditional tree of the Punjab. So Tahli, if somebody is using this name Tahli in conversation in songs, they're talking about trees. All right, I'm gonna also post basically the pictures of these trees. You can guess from their leaves. You can see the leaves. You can see the tree. So basically, I'm gonna post the pictures on my Patreons. All right, I can't post here. So basically, the people who follow me on the Patreon, they can know what kind of tree I'm talking about. All right, so all these tree pictures and the leaves, so you can guess what kind of trees I'm talking about. All right, if you want to know a Tahli tree, exactly how it's being like not being shown, I mean like how it looks like. All right, then you can check out my Patreon. So if somebody say "Uthe bahut vaddi Tahli si," it means there was a big Tahli. All right, there was a big tree. All right, the big Tahli. Uthe means there. All right, the second tree names is Nimm. All right, so Nimm is also traditional tree basically, and if you are gonna bite on its leaves, it's so bitter, and I never see anything better than Nimm. All right, and it have a lot of benefits actually. This tree leaves are being used for medicine and a lot of medicines. All right, so this is very popular tree, Nimm. Now it has also subcategories. Another is verkain and daik. They're also like a very similar to this tree. Basically, the Nimm tree is bigger. All right, it's sometimes the Nimm tree is so big. All right, and the another is verkain. All right, so the verkain basically is a smaller one. It's same. You can also guess from their leaves, a little difference, but almost same. And the one thing they have common is their seeds are same, little differences, but if you bite on their leaves, they all bitter. All right, so daik is also basically the subcategory, and it's a little smaller. And another is verkain. Basically, verkain is, its shape is a little different. It's like umbrella. If you see umbrella, so it's like that tree, right? So it has a really good shade, but it's not the bigger one. The bigger one is Nimm, the medium one is daik, and the short one is like a verkain. All right. Now they have little differences, but they're almost same. All right. So Nimm, verkain, daik. All right. So if somebody is talking about ਅਸੀਂ ਘਰੇ ਨਿੰਮ ਲਾਇਆ, all right, ਅਸੀਂ ਘਰੇ daik ਲਾਇਆ, or ਅਸੀਂ ਘਰੇ verkain ਲਾਇਆ, all right. Now you can guess from the conversation what they're talking about. If they say ਅਸੀਂ ਘਰੇ ਨਿੰਮ ਲਾਇਆ, it means they planted Nimm at their home, all right, or they have Nimm at their home, all right, at home yard, whatever, right. So because a lot of times they're not gonna say like ਅਸੀਂ ਘਰੇ ਨਿੰਮ ਦਾ ਦਰਖਤ ਲਾਇਆ. They could say that ਨਿੰਮ ਦਾ ਦਰਖਤ ਲਾਇਆ. Now if you know the word ਦਰਖਤ, probably you can guess from that, right? ਨਿੰਮ ਦਾ ਦਰਖਤ ਲਾਇਆ. But if they're not gonna mention ਦਰਖਤ, then you won't. So that's why you need to learn these names, and these names are being used a lot in a conversation, all right, even without using word drakht, and sometimes they are being used in songs as well. Anyway, so the another tree name is kikker, all right. So this one is also popular. Mostly you will see in like a South Punjab. This tree is so popular because South Punjab is a little bit not, it's like a little bit, we can say desert, not the exact desert, but it's not like that fertilized land compared to the like central Punjab or North Punjab, all right. So we have a lot of trees like that, the kikker, and it has big thorns, all right. You can also see on the picture how it looks like, and a lot of kikkers also being grown in like a Haryana and Rajasthan. Basically, it's dry area tree, all right. And another one is bohad, and this tree is so famous, all right. I think this is the number one tree when it comes to traditional trees, and this tree is one of the biggest trees in Punjab, all right. So bohad, its leaves are so basically thick, all right, and the shade of this tree is like a so dense, all right. So you can see from its leaves is so thick, and this tree is being, I think, number one even when people are gonna mention in the songs, stuff like that, or sometimes in the idioms. This is the number one tree. And another tree is Pipple. It's also very similar to the word that basically the board tree, all right. It's very similar when it comes to the size. Board and Pipple almost same. Only difference is you can also see from the leaves, all right. And board has thicker leaves. It has a little bit like a slim or thin leaves, all right, compared to board. And the Pipple leaves are like a heart. If you see the heart, not the exact heart inside our body, but the way people draw on the heart, all right. Like if you know about or you played a card games, they have like a heart, all right. So heart cards, all right, it's exactly like that. So this Pipple, another difference between Pipple and board is the board, it never fall its like leaves, all right. Not falls, I mean it never drop its leaves. It drops exactly the board, but it's like it's do the same time, all right. When it's dropping the leaves, it's also growing the new leaves same time, so it was always green. But the Pipple in the summertime, so it grows new leaves, and in the winter it's just drop all the leaves, all right. So that's the difference. So another tree names we're going to learn today is berry. I also talked about this tree before when I was talking about the idioms. So berry, all right, it is kind of like a fruit tree. It is a little like a bear. The fruit name is called bear, all right, and it has some like idioms. So I think I talked about this tree before, right? And it have also thorn on it. So berry, yeah, it's also a very traditional name. So another tree name is Toot. This is also popular one. This is another bigger tree. This is kind of medium-sized tree. And this trees, like branches, have a lot of flexibilities, all right? So you can bend its its branches, it's not gonna break. It has so much flexibility. And it's being used a lot in to make some kind of baskets. People make the basket from this tree branches. So it has also, I think it's very similar to the tree. Yeah, I think it's similar to mulberry tree. Maybe it's exactly the same tree, mulberry, because the fruit is, it grows the fruits. That's very similar to mulberry. Maybe it's the same tree. You call it mulberry, mulberry, something like that. So yeah, it's Toot, and it's a very traditional tree of Punjab. So another tree is jammen. It's also some kind of fruit tree. You can also see in the picture, if you are able to see. You can guess from its leaves and its fruits. The fruit name is also jammen, all right? Tree name is also jammen. Fruit name is also jammen. When somebody is talking about jammen, it depends on the context. They are talking about tree or they are talking about fruit, all right? Basically, the fruit color is like a purple or dark purple, all right? And the last tree we're gonna talk about today is safaida, all right? Safaida, and this tree is just go higher. It's not it's not gonna spread its branches toward the sides. It's just grow upside, all right? But I think it's also very popular in Australia. I think, I don't know, but yeah, this is also pretty common, and it is basically it's wood. Outside it's like white, all right? That's why people call it safaida, because the safed means white. I think this is maybe Urdu word, I don't know, safed. Sometimes people also use it in Punjabi as well. Safed means white, all right? So these were the most popular or traditional, we can say, tree. Mostly people talked about while they're talking. And there's if there's other trees, all right? And people don't have much names here. We have also some trees maybe people are growing nowadays, and they're not traditional trees, and they brought up from other areas, and they have like English names, and people always forget their names. So mostly if they're gonna talk about those tree names, probably they're just gonna say tree, like a drakht or whatever. But when it comes to traditional trees, they mention their names, all right? And maybe another time we're going to talk about some fruit names, fruit trees, all right? Because I didn't mention fruit trees in this. Because most of the fruit trees, they are not the bigger trees. They are just the smaller. And we don't have much fruit trees here. Yeah, some have like origins, like a mango, stuff like that. So, yeah, next time probably I'm going to tell you fruit tree names as well. So, these were the traditional tree. And yeah, now if you're gonna remember them, and it's gonna help you when somebody is talking. Probably you're gonna learn from this podcast, but if you wanna know how they exactly looks, then make sure you check out my Patreon. So if you think you are learning something new from this podcast, please support this podcast on Patreon or through Pipple. I would really appreciate it. Or if you wanna take private lessons from me, then you can contact me through Patreon or Telegram or through my email. All the links are in the description. At the end, if you are listening to this podcast on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, then you can give it to 5 stars. It would help this podcast to spread to the more people. I would really appreciate it as well. Another thing, if you are struggling with Punjabi pronouns, then check out my ebook about Punjabi pronouns. All the links are in the description. I hope you enjoyed the lesson and learned something new today. I'll be back with another lesson another day.